Live from Toledo, this is 13 ABC Action News.
And hi there, good afternoon. Coming to you live from the Imagination Station near downtown Toledo, I'm Jeff Smith.
And I'm Christina Williams in for Sasha Bray. The party is getting started as we await the Great American Eclipse.
Absolutely, we're just about an hour away from the start of it, and then about, I don't know, an hour and a half or 2 hours or so before we start seeing the eclipse take effect here in Northwest Ohio, some 80% of coverage.
And we have our entire team here with you for these special 60 minutes on location. But first, the big question is, will the sun continue? Will the weather hold out? We have meteorologist Ross Ellett. He is joining us live in Oregon at the Challenger Learning Center.
Well, so far so good here when it comes to the forecast. We've got a lot of sunshine right now. Yes, there are a few clouds here in the sky, but the general trends are looking a little bit better than expected as of this point. Let's go right over to live Doppler, 13,000 right now, and you can see we're not dealing with any more showers. Morning showers have moved on out of the area, and those temperatures right now sitting at about 79 degrees. That's in Toledo, 82 degrees here coming up in Findlay. But again, you can see clear weather across the area at this point. So we're looking good there. Let's take a look at what's to come, though, because we were looking at those clouds very closely here around the area. Viper showing the visible satellite imagery. There are a few clouds south of Lima, a few more near Kalamazoo, but nothing that gives us great concern at this point that we're going to have an overcast sky in the next couple of hours. So it does look like this mostly sunny to partly cloudy sky should hold for the most part over the next few hours. More clouds developing forward this evening. Temperature just went up in Toledo, now to 82, 85 in Findlay. It is warm. It is humid outside right now. And here's a look at that eclipse forecast again as we head throughout the day here for today. 1:02, the big start time here for us, as we're going to begin to see that sunlight diminish. 82% will be the peak today at 2:27, and this will come to an end at 3:48. But again, notice the temperatures and the cloud conditions here for us, because we're going to have some of those clouds across the area right now. They are thinning out a little quicker than we anticipated, which is some good news. More clouds redeveloping for the second half of the eclipse going into this evening. Temperatures taking a dip down to 80, but rebounding to 86. We'll look at the complete forecast and also talk about what's happening here at the big official NASA viewing site here in Oregon coming up in a few more minutes.
All right, Ross, thank you so much as our live team coverage continues down here at the Imagination Station. You know, typically on a Monday down here, activity at all, Imagination Station doesn't open on Mondays, but for a special event like this, a few changes in store.
Sure, and you can't see all of them behind us. We are right near the riverfront, but I'll tell you what, Festival Park, just to the other side of us, is hopping right now. That's where we find Melissa Bates. She's in the middle of all of the crowds as they start to gather for the eclipse. Melissa?
Well, Jeff and Christine, it literally is sort of a magical atmosphere down here. You got to say, when anything with the moon and the sun, it kind of brings out the best in people. I want to take you for a tour. I'm down at Festival Park. This is right here between the steam plant for ProMedica and Imagination Station. If you take a look over here, you see lines and lines of people. We've got about 6 food trucks down here. And then people are they've been here for at least over an hour waiting for the best spot to view the solar eclipse. They're up on the stairs. We've got bands playing from the Toledo School for the Arts. And then right here behind me, Chris, take a look over here. We've got arts and crafts and some display stations set up for Imagination Station, the public library. Oh, yeah. So, all right, we got you on TV. What are you thinking about this big eclipse? You're live, so no swearing.
Did you hear what she said to me?
I know. Are you excited about this? This is pretty cool.
This is wonderful. Look at the turnout. Look at the people.
It's beautiful, yeah.
It's great.
It's very exciting. So, you looking forward to it? You got your glasses?
Yeah.
All right.
And we made some too.
All right, that's the best way.
Glasses too.
Nice to talk to you, dear. Well, thank you very much. Thank you. I'm going to let you guys go. And again, 1:02, 2:27, and 3:48. Those are the different times you need to remember. 1:02 it starts, 2:27 it peaks, 3:48 it all wraps up. So I'll wrap it up for now. Send it back to you, Jeff and Christina.
All right, Melissa, thank you so much. A bevy of activity. We have already heard pretty much every song, I think, that has the word sun in it played down here. A festive atmosphere as, of course, here at the Imagination Station, not only about fun, but also about learning.
Absolutely, and learning the key thing that's happening inside, in the air conditioning. We have 13 ABC's Mackenzie Keyline telling us the science about what's about to happen.
Yeah, hey there, Christina and Jeff. So we are inside the Imagination Station where hundreds of kids are here learning all things science. I'm joined by the chief scientist here, Carl Nelson. Carl, It's unreal to see how many kids are out here enjoying.
I know, we've got the entire class, all the classes from TSA, over 700 students. We've got smoke from the barbecuers out there. We've got people making the viewers to view the eclipse. And inside, we've actually got our portable planetarium set up. So that allows us to bring kids into like a dark space so they can learn about the stars and eclipses and
We're going to go
like that.
inside here.
So these guys, this is pretty cool. So it's this big inflatable tent, basically, and they're climbing through this little arm, which allows the tent to stay inflated, and they're going to crawl in. It's totally dark inside, a little bit of red light in there so they can find their way. And there's a projector that'll project the night sky on the inside of the dome. So it's really pretty cool because you can pretend like you're in the northern hemisphere, the southern hemisphere. You can talk about the phases of the moon. You can talk about eclipses. It's just really a cool thing, especially for younger kids because you get to crawl through the tunnel.
Yeah, right.
That's the cool part.
The funnest part.
Absolutely.
So what do these kids learn when they come here and they take part in these different demonstrations that you have going on today, all things solar eclipse?
Yeah, it's amazing. It's so cool to see so many adults and kids walking out with the solar viewers, the pinhole viewers. There was a mom earlier on the ground with a cereal box. It looked like she brought it from home and a pair of scissors, and they were crafting a viewer upstairs, far away from the activities. It's just cool to see people so excited about science. And we've got Promedica here talking about the sun protection, SPF ratings. We got for solar out there with a solar demonstration panel. The solar cooker I showed you this morning is actually melting marshmallows, and we're making s'mores with them, so that's pretty cool. So there's just lots of really cool science. We got bubbles happening out there, and I think in just a few seconds they're going to start doing yoga out there as well.
So just describe real quickly here the atmosphere that we have here today, because we were outside there moments ago where lots of kids are here now. They're inside doing these demonstrations. Yeah. This is just a really fun day to be a part of.
Mayhem. It's crazy. I mean, there are so many people, and it's just so cool to see all the activity outside. There are lines for the food trucks. People are having fun with science, and that, I think that is the coolest thing for me, is that everybody's happy and everybody's having fun.
All right, Carl, thanks so much. Sure. Again, we are inside the Imagination Station where it's already underway with the Great American Eclipse Celebration happening right now. Jeff and Christina, back to you.
All right, a special celebration that is definite. In fact, thank you so much, Mackenzie. And all throughout the next 60 minutes here on 13 ABC Action News at noon, we've got all of these fun activities happening here, happening around the region, but also some special guests that we wanted to introduce you to. Robin Charney, she is Outreach Coordinator for Promedica, joining us here this afternoon. Good to see you. I have to put in there real quick, an old friend of mine, Dave Rubel, who used to have Dave's Home Cooked Foods out by the old Southwick. He said, Jeff, wear your glasses. So I'm going to put those on here in just a bit. But first and foremost, you know, this is a good prop to have up to talk about. We're not only talking about the safety of the eyes today, but safety of the skin.
Yep.
Why is that?
Yep. Well, every day that when you're out in the sun, UV rays are hitting your skin, and so you need to protect your skin, because as the sun comes down on you, it damages your skin. Sure. It changes the cells. So, and people aren't aware if you're in the shade, or if you're swimming but you're under protection.
Right.
The sun glares up and you can be, sunburned.
So we're sitting here at about, almost 10 minutes after 12. We've got the start of the eclipse. It really takes hold in about 2 hours. But the biggest thing you said is for the older people out there, parents, whatnot, grandparents, to do what?
Yeah, they need to set a good example for their kids.
Yeah.
So you can put sunscreen on your kids. You can tell your kids all you need to do about sun safety. Yeah. But if you don't do it, your kids aren't going to do it. So they need to wear hats, long sleeve shirts. I know it doesn't sound fun, but if they're not doing that, they need to put on sunscreen throughout the day, and they need to put it on after swimming, after exercising, and hats really are a good idea.
It is important, and we were kind of wondering how today was going to pan out as far as the clouds and the sun. Yeah. We're getting a lot of sun coverage right here, right now.
We are.
So good advice as always. We appreciate it. Good to see you.
Thank you, Jeff.
Enjoy the eclipse.
Okay, you too.
Safely. We're going to check in with Ben Cathy, meteorologist Ben Cathy, as our team coverage continues. He is at the University of Toledo with more on the festivities there. Ben.
Hey, good afternoon, Jeff and Christina. All the 13 ABC team gathered out at the Imagination Station. We're live here at UT, University of Toledo, at the Ritter Planetarium. There's already well over 100 people in line. Rich is going to show you the scene here. They don't actually open the doors for this free event until 12:30. Already people gathering on what we call the South Lawn by McMaster. You're saying, hey, Ben, how do I get here? Well, you come off Bancroft, UT's north entrance. You see a lot of pinhole projectors with these Home Depot boxes, and they have especially set up telescopes with the correct lens. You don't want to try this with your regular at-home telescope. Again, a free event. If you don't have a pair of glasses, my goodness, the phone has been running off the hook. They do have a limited amount of these ISO-approved glasses. That's the NASA-approved glasses. Here, it's a nominal fee to pick them up, a lot cheaper than you see at other places, $3. Inside, they'll also have special screenings inside the planetarium itself. Again, the fun gets underway here at Ritter, the planetarium at UT campus, at 12:30, continuing throughout the afternoon. Last time they did this, we're told over 700 people showed up. Live in Toledo, I'm Ben Cathy, 13 ABC Action News. Now back to you guys.
All right, thanks so much, Ben. A lot happening, as you can tell, a lot of different aspects to this and ways that you have a chance to watch. Our team coverage continues right here on 13 ABC.
And as we go to break, some early scenes from the West Coast as they are already getting their vision of this solar eclipse. 13 ABC Action News at noon, back after this.
It's the first solar eclipse visible here in 38 years, and we've saved you the best seat in the house. We'll be at the Imagination Station viewing party, bringing you all the fun and festivities happening around the area. Plus, special guests and special cameras will give you a safe view of this historic cosmic event. Don't miss the Great Solar Eclipse Celebration, presented by Imagination Station, today at 2 p.m. on CW 13, followed by a special encore presentation at 7 on 13 ABC. Now, 13 ABC First Warning Weather with meteorologist Ross Ellett.
We're at the Challenger Learning Center right now. This is over in Oregon, the official NASA viewing site out of the entire viewing area, and there are hundreds of people that have showed up here. We've got some right now. We've had some trickle in here throughout the morning. We're going to talk much more about what's going on here momentarily, but of course right now all eyes are on the sky. What's going to happen with those clouds? So let's take a look at our weather graphics right now. And for starters, it is warm, it is humid outside, and we do have a partly cloudy sky. And I think most would agree they would take that partly cloudy sky over conditions getting worse here, even if we don't get any more sunshine across the area right now. But we are looking like we're in pretty good shape for the time being. There are a few clouds passing through, and we do expect that's going to be the case as we continue to head throughout the rest of the afternoon here for today. Again, a south wind at 7 miles per hour. Humidity is high. Let's take a look at predictor by the hour, which thankfully is actually a little pessimistic, which means that we may actually have some better conditions than what it's showing. You'll see what's going on here. This is at noon, showing a fair amount of clouds. Right now we've actually got a partly cloudy sky. 1 o'clock also showing a couple showers near Ottawa. Odds are that will not be the case. It looks like most of the rain will be just a little bit further to the south. But here's the good news, is predictors showing a lot of those clouds beginning to break up and move on out as we head right towards 227, which just happens to be the peak of this eclipse. So again, no more than a partly cloudy sky is the way it looks right now. The eclipse comes to an end at 3:48. More clouds begin to build back into the area, and we will be contending with a mostly cloudy sky at times, perhaps for this evening, and an isolated shower may come along with it as well. For your Tuesday, more showers on the way. Thunderstorms also are expected at times, most of that moving out by early afternoon, and Wednesday looking absolutely delightful. So for today, 86 degrees, a partly sunny sky is expected. But for the actual eclipse viewing, it looks more partly cloudy. That means we actually have a little more sunshine in the sky compared to the rest of the day, certainly by this evening. More clouds begin to move back in. Tonight will be mostly cloudy, the low right around 73 degrees with some showers on the way. And tomorrow, 80 degrees, humid, thunderstorms likely. Let's take a look here at that 7-day forecast. You can see 86 today, 80 tomorrow with those showers and storms, but then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday looking absolutely delightful. A little taste of fall, 71 expected on Thursday, and 49 degrees for an overnight low going into Friday morning here for us as well. So that's pretty impressive. I do want to bring in Dan at this time. And Dan, we're out here, we're watching. This is a fun event. This is a fun location. There are hundreds of people out here. We've got about 100 kids just behind us here. That excitement is really building.
It really is building. You know, it's finally here, just moments away. We've been talking about this for the past couple of days, really the past couple of weeks, and now we are just a few moments away. And as you can see, we haven't, really got the great conditions outside. And speaking of a really cool site to see, it's also a great learning experience. And we have the lead educator here, Tyler, from the Challenger Center. So not only are we here with the great learning experience, this location is kind of unique to elsewhere across Northwest Ohio, correct?
Yeah, it certainly is, Dan. Thanks for coming out and joining us here today. And so we are the only official NASA viewing site here in Northwest Ohio and Southeast Michigan. We're very proud to offer that to the public out here as well.
All right, so you heard it from him, the only one. So what kind of unique learning experiences? You get to tie in an actual site of science combined with some learning experiences as well.
Yeah, certainly. So one of the perks that we have of being a NASA official viewing site is that we have the free glasses that we've been passing out to folks today. Unfortunately, though, we are out. We've passed out all of them. We had roughly 1,500. All of our glasses are NASA certified. And then we also have pinhole projectors as well and different activities that have been sent to us from the various NASA centers as well.
Great. So yes, we have a lot of kids, as you can see behind me, and we've been making a lot of friends throughout the afternoon. And here's Ross to talk about the kids that are here.
Yeah, we certainly have. School has just started up, and now we've got a lot of fourth graders out here. And the only time that I've actually seen a solar eclipse in my lifetime was the annular one. You may remember it back in 1994. I was in fourth grade as well. It was certainly exciting. You guys excited today? Yeah. All right. So we're going to have more and more folks come on out here in the hours ahead. Of course, we've got the special at 2 o'clock. We'll have an update on your forecast coming up here in a few more minutes.
All right, thanks so much, Ross and Dan. Looks like sounds like a really fun crowd out there at the Challenger Learning Center. One other thing that we want to talk about with the eclipse is animals. You might have a dog at home, or perhaps you live near a wooded area. Is there going to be a shift? Do they think it's nighttime? We have Kelly Maluski here from the Metro Parks of Toledo to answer some of those questions. What do you think will happen?
It's hard to say. I think not being in the path of totality, that since we won't go into that complete darkness or twilight phase, but we still might hear some crickets chirping tonight. We might hear some night insects making some noise. The birds that might be singing during the day might stop singing all of a sudden when it becomes a little more twilight. We're going to have to see what happens and take that under observation.
As far as anybody that has an animal at home, I know typically you deal with wildlife, but is there anything that people should be looking out for? This isn't something that's really going to throw off their whole equilibrium, is it?
I don't think so. I don't think our dogs and cats usually stare at the sun or look at the sun, so they might not even notice what's going on. They should be okay.
And as far as the Metro Parks go, are you doing anything special for the eclipse?
We are. We actually have it's a new moon also today. There's a new moon hike at Wildwood Metro Park tonight at 9:30. There's also a run tomorrow at Swan Creek Metro Park. It's an under the moon night run, so we have that going on as well.
Okay, and of course people no doubt will be in the Metro Parks trying to get a look today.
Yes, absolutely. They can come to any one of our 14 Metro Parks. We have a presence down here at Middle Grounds Metro Park, right under the high level bridge. It'd be a great place to watch the eclipse.
All right, well, Kelly, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
And of course, from there, we're going to continue our coverage live from the Imagination Station. But first, we want to send it back to Bill. He has some news of the day in the studio.
Thanks, Christina. We're just going to take a quick look at some of the stories making news this hour. Northwood police are investigating after a body was found in a car in the Meyer parking lot on Wheeling Avenue this morning. Investigators say a family member called the store to say the 45-year-old was sleeping in the parking lot, but when they went to check on her, she was dead. Lucas County will conduct an autopsy. In France, a woman is dead and another person is injured after a van rammed into 2 bus stops in Marseille. French police arrested the driver, but it's not clear if this is a terror attack. The incident comes just days after back-to-back van attacks killed 14 people in Barcelona and in a Spanish resort town. Well, AAA warning drivers that the eclipse might create dangerous driving conditions. Here's Heather Pauloff with some safety tips in Contrada Law Time Saver Traffic for us.
Yeah, that's right. We've heard all about people traveling to different parts of the country to get a good view. Now, whether you're driving to a destination or you're just out running errands today, AAA is asking drivers to use extra caution. The list starts with avoiding trying to watch the eclipse while driving. AAA suggests that you exit the roadway, park in a safe area away from traffic. Also, use your headlights. It will get dark enough to need them, and AAA says you should not rely on your automatic lights. Next, keep an eye out for pedestrians. There may be people along the side of the road trying to watch the eclipse. Also, watch out for distracted drivers. You might not be trying to watch the eclipse, but other drivers could be. Keep plenty of extra space between you and other vehicles and give yourself plenty of time on the drive, or also give yourself a little bit of time to drive slower to make sure that you have plenty of time to make an emergency maneuver if needed. AAA says trying to see the eclipse is no excuse for unsafe driving. I will have another look at this list in the next half hour with your Contrada Law Time Saver Traffic.
All right, thanks, Heather. That's something a lot of people probably don't even think about. That's a quick look at our headlines for this hour. Back to our special coverage of this special eclipse on the other side of this break. Back in a minute.
Well, good afternoon. afternoon and welcome back. Once again, special coverage here live from the Imagination Station as the festivities continue. Festival Park, which is located between Imagination Station right here, the new ProMedica headquarters, and it is slam-packed with people getting those activities in, those demonstrations, scientific demonstrations as well.
Lots of cool stuff happening, and I think one of the key words out there is learning. Many of students are in class right now as we speak, and over at the Horizon Science Academy, well, they specialize in science, so today is a big day. That's where we find 13 ABC's Christian Brown.
Many schools across our area actually changed their lesson plans today to include this historical event. Here at Horizon Science Academy, they have several activities. They included creating this robot to actually view the solar eclipse. The goal is to make these activities fun for the kids here from K through 12th graders. The robotics team created this robot, again, to view the solar eclipse. Joining me now is Javon Johns, a member of the robotics team. Tell me a little bit about what you created for today.
Today what we have is our robot, which is Particle Monster, and we have our arm going up and down, and we're going to be recording the solar eclipse on this phone right here for Facebook Live, which is pretty awesome because I know a lot of people thinking, why do we not have anything on the camera? We're going to use this filter so we don't mess up the electronics.
We don't want to mess up the electronics, do we?
We do not want to mess up with the electronics. So mostly, yeah, we're going to use this arm right here, and it's just going to record the solar eclipse for us. And we're also going to be using our camera too.
And so if I'm on Facebook, how can I see what you're recording?
You can go to HSA Jaguars.
All right.
Horizon Jaguars.
All right.
And you'll be able to see us on our live, which is going on right now.
Simultaneously.
Right.
All right. Thank you so much, Javon. We're going to be actually be here with the Horizon Science Academy students, the Jaguars here as they take in the solar eclipse. We'll be here all day to bring you their reaction to today's historical event. Back to you.
Well, thanks for staying with us here at the Imagination Station. We are live on location. We're just to the side of the real big party. You can hear the music behind us.
Yeah, we have noticed there are a lot of places, obviously a lot of folks flocking down here because the Imagination Station not typically open on a Monday, but they are staying open for this event. Definitely start around 10 o'clock this morning. Food trucks, music, tons of fans out there right here, right now, learning so many experiments that can happen during the course of this next 2, 3, 4 hours.
I can smell the donuts coming from the donut truck.
Yeah, who would have thought, you know, eclipse and donuts, but it works.
Yeah, it does. And there is a lot happening down here. Just so you know, there is still plenty of time to arrive. We want to go through quickly those times that people are wondering, when I look up, when will I start seeing something happening? 1:02 is when the eclipse officially begins. 2:27 is the peak viewing time. Remember, don't look at the sun unless you have those special glasses. And then 3:48 is when things should essentially get back to normal, if you will.
Yeah, we've talked about observatories out of Lourdes University, also Ritter Planetarium over at UT down at BGSU. They have their own show going down there. And of course, we've had a couple of locations around the Toledo area as well. Just to the east of us here, the Heights at the new Renaissance Hotel. They've got a great location for this.
Yeah, I think so. So they're hosting a viewing party, 9 in Hensville involved. Honestly, lots of places. People are working, so no doubt they'll be taking advantage of this really cool event during the lunch hour.
13 ABC Action News with you until 1 o'clock here this afternoon. We've got more coverage coming your way, a number of special guests as well as the countdown continues until we see the eclipse here in Northwest Ohio.
Live from Toledo, this is 13 ABC Action News.
Hi there, we are live on location for a special edition of 13 ABC Action News. It is the countdown to the solar eclipse. We are here outside of Imagination Station where the fun is really starting to pick up.
Yeah, in between here and ProMedica's new headquarters outside, we've got a number of activities happening, a number of scientific demonstrations going on. They had a yoga demonstration going on just a bit ago. And throughout the course of the day, we have been wondering, throughout the last month, we've been wondering what Mother Nature would bring to us here this day, August 21st.
Yeah, and I am no meteorologist, but I say so far so good. Let's go check in with the man of the hour. We have meteorologist Ross Ellett. He is live in Oregon at the NASA Challenger Learning Center. Ross?
Yeah, we certainly are. Right now, we are here. Now, moments ago, we had a lot of kids lining up here. They were eating their lunch, came out here for a little bit. Now they're inside in the air conditioning with a lot of those indoor activities and trying to learn more about why the eclipse is happening today. But we're just about 30 minutes away from them coming back outside, putting on their glasses and taking a look up. And let's look at the weather right now. Thankfully, we do have some pretty good conditions, fair to good conditions around the area, no doubt about it. Viper right now showing that we do have a few of those clouds moving throughout parts of the area, and that's going to be the case. We are going to have some clouds build at times. A partly cloudy sky right now, so that should hold for a while. Eventually a partly sunny sky, which is just a few extra clouds. And by this evening, we could end up going mostly cloudy, but that would be after the eclipse comes to a finish here. So as we were talking about earlier, patience. Pack your patience. You want your glasses, your eclipse glasses, the pinhole viewers, and pack your patience today because at times some clouds will drift over the sun, but overall still fair to good conditions. It is warm outside, no doubt about it. 87 in Tiffin, 82 in Toledo right now, Monroe's at 84, 85 degrees in Findlay at this hour. So yes, it's going to feel like 90 degrees today with the humidity. The dew point right now in the lower 70s. Here's a look at where those temperatures will go because as we're climbing on up here, already around 82 degrees, right on par with where we should be on that graphic here that we're showing right now. We'll get up to about 83 in the next half hour, and then the temperatures stall out. In fact, they'll probably drop here as we head towards 2 to 3 o'clock, falling to about 80 degrees. We'll be back up to about 86 for your high later on this afternoon. Again, 227 will be the peak intensity here where that sunlight begins to diminish. We'll have much more here from the Challenger Learning Center coming up. We'll look at Predictor by the Hour and talk about a cooler week ahead coming up.
Ross, thank you. We wanted to go into the forecast with detail, with some extra detail, although I think our forecast could have told you how extremely hot it is right here, right now.
Yeah, if you are coming out to view the eclipse, typically you're going to be doing so outdoors. Few things. Bring some water. Yep. Wear some sunscreen.
Check.
And don't forget the handy-dandy glasses.
Right. And we've got a couple of demonstrations happening over in Festival Park just behind us. We're going to check in with 13 ABC's Melissa Vage, also live with us this afternoon. Mel?
I'll go with the cooler part of that forecast, right? It's amazing. Right behind me, you know, adds new meaning to the word sun salutation when it comes to yoga. I think we're just going to kind of celebrate the sun. Let's take a look, a bigger look, Chris. You know, look above there. There are people just packed right off Summit Street between the ProMedica steam plant and the ProMedica building and Imagination Station. You've got 6 food trucks that are down here. People are just filtering in. There's lots of hands-on learning for the kids out here under a tent. They can blow sun-filled bubbles. And then, you know, of course, as I said, this is like a, not to interrupt or anything. Hi. Hi.
How are you?
Very good. So you guys are really saluting the sun. Oh, well, keep going. Don't let us interrupt.
Moon salutation. Go ahead and bring your hands down to the ground and straighten your back leg up. Doing a forward fold over your leg.
Is there something about the eclipse that kind of brings out all the yoga?
It does. Well, Hatha yoga actually means balancing the moon and the sun energies. And today, what an amazing opportunity with the solar eclipse.
It is. We all hope to be balanced today.
Exactly. Exactly. So
is there something about the energy that really kind of makes the class during this?
Absolutely, because this is a time when, you know, the light is covered, and so there can be a little uncertainty, a little nervousness, sometimes fear of what's to come, but this is actually a really sweet time to get clear on what's next in your life. And even if you have butterflies in your stomach, do it anyway. Because,
I love it.
Yeah.
I love this. I would join in, but you know, it's all about white jeans and a really hot day.
Oh, it is. It is.
I love it.
So balance some cool jeans later and then some lemonade.
We'll balance it out. Thank you so much. All right. You go. Ooh, hello. So there's a lot going on here. You know, you got to stay out of the way of the yoga class. But again, we're going to give you the times of 102, 227, and 348. If you remember that 102 it starts, 227 it peaks, 348 it's all done, and we all go back to our normal lives. I will send it back to you guys.
All right, thanks so much, Melissa. Of course, the Imagination Station, a wonderful partner for this entire event, and they have plenty of activities inside as well, teaching you the science behind the eclipse. We have Mackenzie Keyline live inside.
Well, hello, Christina. We are inside the Imagination Station, giving you a bird's eye view of all the activities happening here today. The keyword learning. These are, many of them are students from local schools that are here taking part. in this to learn more about the solar eclipse. I'm joined with the Jenkins family here, and you guys came here to learn more about the solar eclipse. What are you both most excited about?
I'm so excited for the solar eclipse.
What are you most excited about?
To actually see it. Imagination Station usually isn't open on Mondays, so we decided to come out as a family and enjoy it.
All right, and they are just part of the group that is here today. Again, hundreds of students here. We have Lori Hauser, she's back here somewhere. Yeah, we have all these students here. Many of them are from Toledo School of the Arts, and they are learning all things solar eclipse. And what do you have with you here today?
Well, you know, this is a solar viewer that everybody can make for free out in a festival park, the community event, so everybody can have their own viewer. If you don't have a pair of glasses, it's a safe way to view it. So it's really fun to see everybody making them and being able to check out the sun.
And typically, the Imagination Station not open on a Monday, but today, you said it's a historic event. You really wanted to be open for this.
It's a perfect event for us to be open. We're normally closed, as you said, but you couldn't not celebrate the eclipse. It's a wonderful experience to be able to showcase it and have all of our community here watching is great. And today, this day is just the test. In 7 years, we're in the total path of the eclipse. So there'll be a whole other big event in another 7 years, but really enjoy the moment today.
All right, Lori, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Again, a lot happening here inside the Imagination Station as kids learning about the solar eclipse and how to protect their eyes when that viewing happens later on this afternoon. But for now, Jeff and Christina, back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Mackenzie. And of course, the Toledo Public Lucas County Libraries, those are a wealth of information. I love them, and it's a great resource to get you up to speed if you want to know a little bit of the history or the science behind the eclipse. We have Michelle Gasser with us, and you are a librarian down at the main branch just a few blocks away. So how has the library been involved with the, I guess, eclipse excitement?
Well, in addition to giving out several thousand glasses, we did the solar eclipse safety classes at many of our locations. And today at King Road and South locations, they're doing a live streaming where you can watch the eclipse on a large screen.
Oh, that'll be very cool. And I know moving forward, you're trying to draw more people into the libraries and let them know that it's not just, you know, renting out books and movies. You want people to create something in your space.
Exactly. And we are really excited about our maker spaces right now. We have them currently at 4 locations, Oregon, West Toledo, King Road, and the Children's Creativity Lab at Maine. And you can find things like GoPro cameras, Cricut machines for scrapbooking. We have recording studios, and you can even take your old VHS tapes and convert them into digital format, which I'm sure a lot of people would like to do. We also have telescopes available to borrow from Maine and Point Place. And in October, we're going to be celebrating our Make-tober event, and that's throughout this system. We're going to have all kinds of fun maker activities going on.
Very cool. So you have a chance to, maybe you're making some memories today watching the solar eclipse, and you can then visit one of those library maker spaces and work on the scrapbook or just get creative. That's the whole idea behind this?
Absolutely.
Wonderful. Well, lots of great resources down there at the libraries, of course, spread across Lucas County. We want to thank you so much for joining us, Michelle. And from there, we actually want to send it out to Ben Cathy. Want to bring back in Jeff here. And Ben has been over at the University of Toledo, one of 3+ universities that are using this as a chance to bring people in that aren't typically on campus.
They're trying to get more people on campus just so that they can move in a little bit early, maybe?
Yeah.
No, not yet. It's Thursday when they get the official nod to get into those dorms. And then, of course, classes start up a week from today. But let's check in with Ben right here, right now, and see exactly where he is seeing things out there at UT off Bancroft.
Yeah, in less than a half an hour, Jeff and Christina, the eclipse will start here in Northwest Ohio, Southeast Michigan. But we are right now live at the Ritter Planetarium. The line is moving, the doors are open, but I tell you guys, some bad news. People have been coming up to us saying they are out of glasses. They were only a nominal fee of $3, but everybody clamoring to get their hands on a pair. But some good news to go along with that little bit of bad news. Those telescopes, you see people looking through the bottom, the kind of lens there, that is, they're outfitted with special lenses, much like these ISO glasses. And if you haven't got your hands on a pair of glasses so far, obviously a little bit late in the game, you can still make a pinhole projector. Just do a simple Google search for that. One really neat thing that you'll be able to see through these telescopes, not only at UT but at the other universities and the Imagination Station, there's actually sunspots on the surface of the sun. It kind of looks like little grains of black pepper spread across the sun. You'll be able to get a very cool glimpse of that. But better news too, totality. We'll get a total picture of the total solar eclipse in 2024 in the month of April here in Northwest Ohio. Live right now at the University of Toledo at the Ritter Planetarium, I'm meteorologist Ben Cathy.
All right, thanks so much, Ben. And that eclipse is starting as we begin to see it move across America.
Yeah, of course, we're hitting at about 227 with our 80+% of coverage. Out west, holy cow, look at the state of Oregon, folks. They are already seeing half of an eclipse. They're about to get more. They are right in direct line with that total coverage. 13 ABC Action News at noon continues right after this.
Now, 13 ABC First Warning Weather with meteorologist Ross Ellett.
Well, once again, we are live here at the Challenger Learning Center in Oregon. A lot of excitement building inside that building right here as people continue to come on in. We've had hundreds and hundreds of people. In fact, they gave out 1,500 of those eclipse glasses earlier on and then have run out here at this location, but certainly just about 20-30 minutes away. Let's take a look at the weather forecast as we get closer to that peak time for the eclipse. Right now, a partly cloudy sky. We could see a few extra clouds build here as we head throughout the day. The temperatures, though, are warming up in a hurry. Right now, low to mid 80s depending on where you are across the area. Here's a look at your real-time weather, and you can see that the humidity is on the high side. Dew point is high. Certainly not all that comfortable. We will get a little bit of a cool down here over the next couple of hours as we see the majority of that sunlight blocked here by the moon, and then temperatures will heat up again going into the afternoon and for this evening. Let's take a look at predictor by the hour. Keep in mind, predictor showing a little too many clouds here for us over the next couple of hours, so this is a good sign here. We expect that we are going to have more of the partly cloudy sky, perhaps partly sunny, which is just a little bit extra cloud cover across the areas we head throughout the next few hours. Predictor at 1 o'clock, 102 showing that as the eclipse gets going. 227 here for us will be the peak for today. Again, we may have to have patience at times as clouds drift in front of the sun, but overall not too bad. 3:48 for today, the eclipse will come to an end for us, and a few of those clouds will continue to build in the sky. We may have a few isolated showers or storms coming up for the evening hours, a 30% chance of rain. We're going to have a lot more cloud cover as well. Tomorrow, showers and thunderstorms are likely before we cool down. Boating forecast, waves today under a foot with a light wind developing. And for today, we're going to see 86 degrees for that high temperature here. Again, we're getting close in a few spots already. Temperature will cool down a bit and warm right back up again by early this evening. Overnight tonight, 73 degrees, mostly cloudy with a few showers possible mainly by tomorrow morning, and for tomorrow will be around 80 degrees. Your 7-day forecast showing a big cool down on the way here coming up Wednesday, going all the way through Sunday with highs dropping down into the lower 70s. Now let's go back to the Imagination Station here with Christina and Jeff.
Ross, thank you so much. Nice job. We appreciate it. Boy, I don't know if you're going through this at home or not. We're definitely going through it here, but a definite slowdown. This is going to be one of the most social media'd, if you will, events ever. And sure enough, internet coverage and Twitter and Facebook slowing down just a bit. Glad to have Jay Lake from First Solar joining us here this afternoon. A number of titles with Jay and his job there at First Solar, but we decided to go with Mr. Sunshine today. You guys, you talk about solar coverage every single day of the year, but an event like this, why is an event like this special for First Solar?
Well, essentially, we have to plan for any interruption in the sun, and that's exactly what this is. We're looking at probably about a 50% reduction during the time of the eclipse.
Even here in Northwest Ohio,
give or
just
take,
in general?
higher and lower in different areas, right? Where it's more of a full eclipse.
Yeah.
So we have to plan for that dip in the power that we're producing by partnering with local utilities where our arrays are set up, so that they kind of offset that. Then, on the flip side, we come back up and we get a spike. So we also have to ramp down the other energy that we're using to supplement that.
You know, my co-anchor out here today, she's got one of these Nest thermostats at home that are digital, they're programmable, and she said she had a statement that came up that said, for an hour, you can choose to power down today because of the loss of the solar coverage. So obviously what you're talking about right there, right then, it's happening.
Absolutely, yeah.
So going forward, what do we see as far as First Solar in making these changes and being prepared for days like this?
So we have wonderful, wonderful, smart STEM folks that have worked for us for a long time and planned ahead for this. There's a lot of different calculations mathematically as far as where you're going to be affected. and what percentage is going to be affected.
But do you have employees down in the Perrysburg Township area today that have these glasses ready to go?
Absolutely. We are having a celebration in Perrysburg today, and we're going to be out viewing the eclipse with our solar glasses in Perrysburg as well.
All right, we better get you out of here because we're just about 15 minutes before the whole thing starts.
Fantastic.
Jay,
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Appreciate it as well. Let's check in with Heather. She has got our Contrada Law and Time Saver traffic.
All right, thank you, Jeff. We've heard all about people traveling to destinations around the country to get a good view of today's eclipse. Now, whether you're driving to a destination or you're just out running errands today, AAA is asking drivers to use extra caution on the roads. Now, the list starts with avoiding trying to watch the eclipse while driving. AAA suggests that you exit the roadway, park in a safe area away from traffic. Also, use your headlights. It will get dark enough to need them. And AAA says you shouldn't rely on your automatic lights. Next, keep an eye out for pedestrians. There may be people along the side of the road trying to watch that eclipse. Also, watch for distracted drivers. You may not be trying to watch the eclipse, but other drivers could be. Keep plenty of extra space between you and other vehicles and give yourself plenty of time on that drive to maybe take it a little bit slower so you have time to make an emergency maneuver if you need to. Also, AAA says that trying to see the eclipse, not an excuse for unsafe driving. Also, although you should wear special viewing glasses to see the eclipse, do not wear them while driving. That is a check at your Contrada Law Time Saver Traffic. After this, we'll be back after this break.
We want to give you a live look right now. The eclipse is beginning on the West Coast.
Yeah, the state of Oregon is where we're getting these fantastic shots from already as it makes its way across the U.S. In fact, ABC has coverage from west to east covering you starting at 1 o'clock today with a special presentation. From there, we want to talk about astronomy in general, why it's so important to learn it now.
Sometimes it takes a monumental event, like a solar eclipse, to remind us of the incredible universe we live in.
Frank Kovac, who built one of the world's largest mechanical globe planetariums in the North Woods of Wisconsin, hopes events like the solar eclipse will inspire a new generation of stargazers. And although the eclipse is truly spectacular, he says there is an abundance of celestial beauty to take in every single night.
I mean, you don't have to wait 99 years to see something. You can go out, and I tell people sometimes, oh, they want to look through my telescope and see the planet Mars, and when they see that Mars is kind of faint and not real impressive, and then I show them the moon, oh wow, the closest celestial object to Earth, and they ignored it all these years, and then they start to see all those craters, and then of course the beautiful constellations, and there's so much out there.
Kovac plans to incorporate today's solar eclipse into his daily shows at his planetarium, where he proudly displays the stars that are visible in the northern hemisphere.
For more ways to make mom's life easier, visit momseveryday.com.
All right, and we are just about 8 minutes away from that eclipse beginning here in the Northwest Ohio area.
Stay right there. We've got more to come, but first we want to take a look at our afternoon lottery numbers to pick 3, 4, and 5 from your official lottery station. Welcome back once again here on 13 ABC Action News. This expanded edition of 13 ABC Action News at noon, coming to you live from the Imagination Station.
And we are counting down to the eclipse. I need to look at my official counter here. About 5 minutes until that eclipse begins in Northwest Ohio.
Yeah, then we'll be about an hour and a half away from what we're expecting to be 80% coverage, 80+% coverage here for Northwest Ohio.
And 13 ABC is going to be with you throughout the day. Starting at 1 o'clock, ABC News is going to be taking over that national coverage. The eclipse is already happening in the state of Oregon. And then from there, 13 ABC is coming to you once again.
That's right. On the CW13, Lee and Diane will have special coverage of this celestial event, and then a repeat of that, an encore presentation coming up tonight at 7 o'clock on 13 ABC.
So for all of us at 13 ABC, enjoy the solar eclipse, and thank you for joining us for this special live presentation.